My name is Kuria Kagema. I'm the Secretary General of the African Council of Religious Leaders and also the Executive Director of the Inter-Religious Council of Kenya.
Thank you. What does Religions for Peace mean to you?
Religions for Peace means inter-religious cooperation and action for the purpose of bringing people of faith to deal with the issues that affect our people.
Thank you. Could you describe in a little more detail the kinds of work you have done in your community with Religions for Peace and the impact you think that has had?
Well, we've done a lot with Religions for Peace. We started work in our country on the issue of children, the orphans and vulnerable children. We did a lot of work in building resilience of communities and of families to be able to take care of orphans and vulnerable children. At that time, around 2003, 2005, there was a lot of orphanhood brought about by HIV and AIDS, and we were part of the Hope for African Children initiative. And we did a lot of work to ensure that communities are able to deal with their children. Out of the work we did, a lot of people were able to take care of their children. We started businesses, and the communities were really assisted to be able to deal with their children. And secondly, we were able to advocate with government for governments to start putting money to take care of children. And in Kenya, this was very successful. Now we have what we call conditional cash transfer, where the government gives money to families that are orphans and vulnerable children to be able to take care of those children. So that burden was taken up by government, and they have sustainable funding for the care of orphans and vulnerable children, and we're very proud of it.
Thank you.
We have done many other things. We have dealt with the issues of peace. We have in Kenya, unfortunately, areas where conflicts are rampant, and we have been able to build peace in a place called Marsabit in northern Kenya. We have talked with the communities there. We have worked out the narratives, the things which make them people fight, and we have built community responders to issues of peace. We have built the capacities of local communities on early warning, to find out, to know the situations which can precipitate violence, and this we are very proud of. And some of those areas we have seen the incidences of violence reduce. We have also been working with women of faith, and we have built the capacities of women of faith to respond to conflicts in their regions, to be able to empower women to legally own property and do many things for their families. And we are very sure that all these have impacted positively in those communities. Thirdly, a lot of our work has been on issues of governance in our country, and we have been able to help the country go through the transition to a new constitution, to negotiate the writing of that constitution, and also to accompany the country during the process of election. We have a violent past as far as elections are concerned, and navigating elections in a peaceful way is a very important aspect of our work, and we are proud of the work we have done in governance. Right now we are in the process of equipping our communities and the religious leaders to be able to hold their governors to account by building what is called social budgeting and social intelligence reporting, to be able to prioritize their own needs, ensure that those priorities are factored into the budgets of the counties, and that those resources are then allocated appropriately, spent prudently, and reported accurately in the county budgets. So that's some of the work which we are doing right now, and we are very sure that it is impacting positively on social service delivery. Lastly, some of the work which we are doing around the issues of terrorism and countering violent extremism in our country is very important. We have a situation where we are neighboring Somalia. Somalia has been at war for some time, And there's a lot of problems in Somalia, and the growth of Al-Shabaab, which is linked to Al-Qaeda, which has brought a lot of problems to our country. And we are working with communities, the religious leaders, to counter radicalization of our youth, and also to fight xenophobia. There's growing xenophobia in our country between Christians and Muslims, so we are doing a bit of work there. So that's some of the work we have been able to do.
Thank you. Dr. Kagema, one of the concerns we often hear is that multi-religious cooperation somehow diminishes one's own faith. How would you respond to that concern?
Those concerns are for people who have been involved in multi-religious cooperation. Our experience is that multi-religious cooperation makes people more confident and more proud of their faith, and therefore, because, for example, there is some work which we did around the issues of faith for children, and it required people to dig deep into their religious tradition to find those issues about faith that support their work around children. And all those things were enriching to people's faith. Some people, when they were confronted with some evidence from their own scripture, they were saying, oh, this is what my Bible says. This is good for me. And therefore, multi-religious cooperation does strengthen people's faith. And we have not found incidences where people lose or people get converted because of participation in interreligious dialogue and collaboration.